it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
There's that. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks.
When I look at Tracee Ellis Ross as well as women of this ilk, you see it all the time, but these are the 1% of women. Bernice Burgos dating Jaylen Brown. Drea Michelle dating Jalen Green. You see the parallels. You are not Tracee Ellis Ross. You won't live this luxury lifestyle. Your mom did not make hit after hit after hit. Yo, you got to show up for that HR job in the morning. I can't take this any type of way, but when I see some dudes getting in a red pill bitter bag, if it was a man saying this, we would be in an uproar. Welcome back. What's good? This is the FuriousRobinson Podcast, and I'm your host, Furious, your curator of conversation, wordsmith aficionado, voted most likely to be trending down the timeline. Hit the like button, drop a comment, sub. This is a Sick Times media production. You see the planes. Yo, so what's going on? Tracee Ellis Ross got the streets on fire. The timeline was buzzing because she essentially jumped on Michelle Obama's podcast, and shout out to that. Michelle was changing, some of the dietary restrictions with little kids when she was in office. Now she's getting the dating tea from Tracee Ellis Ross. Masterclass, maybe. But anyways, looking at this situation, it's now time to throw it away. Let's throw away the gender war dating conversations. Can we realize now that all the information that you're getting online around dating is pure internet babble and will never work for you?
For me, it's one of the reasons, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because—
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes, Parish. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracee's.
It's fun. It's very fun to share.
Tracee tale.
But
you date a younger
I'm sorry.
But one of the
man.
reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So
here's the truth. Tracee Ellis Ross isn't looking for a soulmate. She wants a young boy who can rub her down in Jamaica, party all night in Miami at 11, and be out the hotel by 7 a.m. Bro, you're not even gonna get to brush your teeth. No good morning text, just vibes and exit strategies. Yes, sir. My boy, get up out of there. All right, it's an in and out business because Tracee Ellis Ross is not looking for no love in the streets. She said she wants a partner.
It's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
There's that. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks.
Meanwhile, the internet's still arguing about who brings what to the table. Bro, there is no table. These women are leasing love like it's a luxury timeshare. She's here for a good time, not a long time. She's here for a good time, not a long time. No baggage. This is very short term. That's how I'm looking at a lot of this now. I'm looking at these as short-term situations where women are just trying to have fun.
Because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. Something as basic as that there's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Yeah, what?
Yo, we got to be real. We got to ask the real questions. When Tracee Ellis Ross says, yo, I'm not dating traditional men, I'm not dating men that are not as fluid, that might be homophobic. When she's saying these different things, you have to understand there's a large nuance to this. She's famous. She's a celebrity. You can't live your life how a celebrity lives their life. You don't have the access. You don't have the resources. You're not meeting even the 1% of the men she's meeting. So you just have to take a step back and look at this as pure internet babble. This is for entertainment. This is a curated conversation from Michelle Obama's team.
And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize, I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
Joe Budden said it best. If you're operating from a place of trauma, it's toxic. But dating content today, it's trauma porn with a tripod. At this point, it's group therapy without a copay. But let's go deeper. The more you date, the more samples you collect, you start compiling little traits, little moments, stitching together this Frankenstein version of what you think is perfect. But eventually, if you're self-aware, you stop chasing the collage of potential partners and start focusing on you, king. Start getting in your bag, queen. Come on. These young boys are not putting any expectations on women like Tracee Ellis Ross and women like Melissa Ford, so why not date younger? It's the same exact thing from the guy side, but I'm not here to get into no red pill content. Date who you want. If that's your preference, have fun, as long as it's safe and in a healthy environment. Why are men hating on Tracee Ellis Ross? Nobody cares about the opposite end of the spectrum. Why would men even bring up that argument? That's why I did not understand Ish's point. When I look at Tracee Ellis Ross as well as women of this ilk, you see it all the time, but these are the 1% of women. Bernice Burgos dating Jaylen Brown. Drea Michelle dating Jalen Green. You see the parallels. I can't take this any type of way, but when I see some dudes getting in a red pill bitter bag, if it was a man saying this, we would be in an uproar. Let women be in an uproar if they see men dating younger women. What can they do but complain? So you telling me you want men on the opposite end of the spectrum to complain about women dating younger men? Sure. Let's call it predatory. Sure. No, let's just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. If they want to police each other's speech, if other women want to call it out, sure. But man, you got to get off the red pill bags. Specifically Ish. Oh, Ish, can we please retire the red pill and incel flavored talking points? Half these podcasts sound like they broken barbershop chairs, loud, unbalanced, and always trying to spin the same weak narratives. The same weak arguments. We've heard them all before. We don't care about your red pill talking points. It's null and void. They're feeding men information they'll never be able to use. You're not on a yacht in Dubai, my guy. You're in a group chat with 3 dudes who ain't touched a dumbbell or a love language in years. And the whole, but what if men said they like younger women argument? Let's break it down. Yes, some of these men might be weird, but yes, the women calling them out might be right as well. And no, that has nothing to do with Tracee Ellis Ross. Tracee ain't rocking the cradle. She's just skipping the emotional baggage claim. She's not on Instagram Live announcing a new 22-year-old boyfriend with a do-rag and a crypto scam. She's vibing. She's moisturized. She's booked and busy. It's a different caliber of women that Tracee Ellis Ross sits in. Melissa Ford could be put in there. There's a lot. Bernice Burgos. There's a lot of women, Drea Michelle, that can get put into this category where they do have access to every single man. Older, younger, athletes, executives and VPs, everything. Truck drivers, everyone, personal every guy would love the opportunity to be around these women in any capacity, not just objectifying them. So I look at it as in the such of she's going to do what she wants. Just like a man in the 1%, 9 times out of 10, he's doing exactly what he wants. Oh, so this is what I don't get. Why would Ish want men to be in an uproar? Like some chicks, like some senoritas. Why are we marching because Tracee wants a little cardio in her rotation? Let her cook. Let these young boys eat.
Fortunately, y'all are on a biological clock.
Melissa Ford, it's all love, but she's smart, seasoned. She's been around the culture long enough to speak from a real place. So when she's still with the Tracee Ellis Ross on this younger men conversation and we were locked in, But then she opened her mouth and I was like, yo, why is she giving me a 3-minute TED Talk on unsolicited dating advice that sounds like it was written by ChatGPT on an M4 wine break? She's talking in circles. This is not LinkedIn. This is love, time, affection, and quality people around you. Speak to real experiences. Just throwing out weird jargon in the middle of a topic is very odd. M4, say what you mean. You want to date younger men. Cool. You're not traditional. We hear you. You've earned your freedom. Flex it. But what we didn't need was that diatribe. That's a deflection, and you're moving the goalposts in real time.
You're a victim.
Melissa Ford will be set up with the perfect landing strip, the perfect landing, and then somehow add in so many buzzwords that her point gets killed and the goalpost gets moved to Antarctica. I understand now why Joe will make certain jabs at Mel in the aspects of being on the show, but we got to step it up. If you got a 1-for-1 relationship in the sense of a second degree of separation from Tracee Ellis Ross, meaning you've been in some of these rooms, you've been around some of these people, and you do have some level of cachet in the space, be it M4, but the fact that you can't essentially gracefully speak to that in real time on one of the biggest platforms in urban hip hop media, damn, sad, tragic. Tracee Ellis Ross said, "This is just my philosophy," and that's fair. She's living her best life in the 1% of women with access, power, and enough moisturizer to reverse time. So yes, if she wants to date younger men who rub her feet and ask no questions, I respect it. And if Melissa Ford wants a fresh 29-year-old to hold her purse and hit the Dougie at Nobu, go for it. Do your thing, ma. But you work at HR, sis. You got a Honda Accord note and a gym membership you haven't used since February. You don't live the same life. You're not doing the same things, baby girl. Don't mistake Tracee's luxury lifestyle for a blueprint. It's not a movement. Don't mistake Tracee's lifestyle for a blueprint. It's not a movement. It's a moment. You are not Tracee Ellis Ross. You won't live this luxury lifestyle. Your mom did not make hit after hit after hit. Yo, you got to show up for that HR job in the morning. You already got the Honda Accord gassed up and ready to go for the week. We got to stop the madness in real time because some of this information is really a massive distraction and really stopping you from maybe meeting that person that might be out there for you, but you stuck online, you stuck in the matrix, you stuck on the interwebs. Yo, let me know what you think. Hit the comments, drop a like, sub. This is the Furious Robinson Podcast, a Sick Times Media production. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we up.